Okay. Hi.
Hi. Oh my God, hi.
Hi, this is amazing. Jim Seimas and
Andrew Matheson.
And you're watching Double Coverage.
Yes.
The Santa Cruz Sentinel sponsored.
This is like the first time we've done this.
We have a title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, we look excited, and that's not fake, because we are.
Yeah, and it's 1 in the morning on Saturday night, so we're a little punch drunk, but
yes.
Let's get right to the action.
All right, great weekend. I thought an exciting weekend. High scoring on multiple counts. We'll start off with a game I saw Friday night, which was Watsonville beating Santa Cruz in the 100-year battle. More than that, actually, but 44-30.
The No Name Bowl.
The No Name Bowl.
We need a name, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Great American Rivalry Series game. That's what they called it this week. And the player of the game was the MVP, Roger Contreras.
Okay.
He's good. He ran for 174 yards on 16 carries, scored 3 first-half touchdowns, looked sharp, but it wasn't just him.
It was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Eddie Morris himself rushing for a couple touchdowns, and on 18 carries, gaining a game-high 223 yards. They looked good in that spread option offense.
Now, this is their first game, I know. I mean, it seems like...
Didn't look like it.
First game under a new head coach with kind of a new offense. I know they ran the pistol last year, but...
That sounds like 3 negatives. A new head coach.
I mean, it usually doesn't equal a huge win. I mean,
I know, and it was. It really was.
Yeah.
New coach, new offense, and a road game.
Yeah.
And you kind of tear it up in the second half to beat the Cardinals.
I'm impressed. I mean, we have the number 10 in our power poll. I never thought that was going to hold for very long. I figured they would be developing over the course of the season. I didn't think they were going to blow the doors off in the first week.
A shout out to James Gomez, their baseball coach. He said, number 10? Really? So no, not anymore, James. That said, Santa Cruz needs some work on defense. They allowed 60-plus points or 60 points again in a loss to Menlo in week 0, and now they allow a 44 spot against Watsonville. They'll shore that up, I guarantee you. They're a very young team over there, and some of that youth produced on offense. Riley Cameron looked good, and Ashton Davis ran for 144 yards on 14 carries and a touchdown.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did James Gomez call us out before or after the game?
Halftime.
What was the score at halftime?
It was a close game. It was like, you know, 30-22.
Maybe we need to hire James Gomez.
Yeah, well, hey, yeah.
On Friday night, I was over at Cabrillo College watching St. Francis take on King City. It was a King City victory, 20-13. St. Francis is now 0-2, but I feel like they're a lot better than their record may suggest, whatever 0-2 suggests.
They're definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, Jonathan Carmona, the running back. They got 2 quarterbacks. They got Nate Ceballos, who's electric at wide receiver.
Yeah.
4 catches, 154 yards. He's already over 300.
Yeah.
I think for the season in 2 games. He had 2 touchdowns. They hooked up with Sandra hooked up with Ceballos. I'm trying to get all my C's confused here. Sandra hooked up with Ceballos, 71-yard touchdown to start. King City kind of gets 29 minutes of points, and then the quarterback situation happens.
Do they have
Sandra.
2 quarterbacks or
they
one?
do have 2 quarterbacks.
Do they? Tell me about it.
Well, Sandra went down early in the 3rd quarter with an injury. He came off. The referee ruled him out of the game, and Matt Clifton came in. So, and your backup quarterback just happened to be your starting quarterback all of last season. So that's pretty fantastic.
Not really a drop off at all.
No, not at all. He came in, looked pretty solid, had a perfectly thrown touchdown pass to Ceballos again that brought the Sharks within 1 score. They weren't able to kind of convert late in the game. They had an incomplete. They had the ball with 30 seconds left, midfield-ish, and they couldn't convert, but didn't give up. And you know, whoever is that quarterback, St. Francis feels pretty comfortable with, which is a good thing.
2013, they're playing teams tough.
Yeah.
I mean, they have, 24 kids?
Yeah.
So.
And they got some, like I said, they got some key pieces with Carmona and Sandro and Clifton and Ceballos, and Ceballos is stud.
Yeah, so. They're definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
In other games on Friday, we had San Angelo Central of Texas beating visiting Scotts Valley 40-7. Scotts Valley drops to 1-1 on the year, and Aptos on the road losing to Oakdale 34-14. The defending league champion Mariners are now 0-2.
Oakdale's good though.
Oakdale's phenomenal.
They went to the Sac Joaquin section title last year and brought back, I think, 16 kids.
Yeah.
So obviously that's stacked against you. On Saturday, we had MVC beating Bray and Christian 54-14. MVC is already over 100 points for the season total.
2-0.
They had 64 last weekend. Stevenson, actually, hold up here. Edison beats SLV 27-12.
That's a shocker, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Let's just say briefly, SLV had 6 interceptions and 7 turnovers total.
Something like that, yeah. There were 10 takeaways on both, 10 turnovers in the game.
Wow, and they lost that game though. Well, okay, well, they're a young team too. It sounds like.
And then PG 41-21 over Pajaro Valley. That was Pajaro Valley's home opener. They were at Watsonville High. They don't have a home field just yet. Hopefully that changes shortly. And Anthony Cantrell had another big game in that one.
Nice.
The game I was at on Saturday was down at Pebble Beach. Lucky me to watch Stevenson take on Harbor. Stevenson won 20-9. Stevenson, very small team, only had 17 kids that I counted on the sidelines. Harbor's got some things to work on. They're 1-1 now. Stevenson had this kind of two-headed running back system with Bob Lee and Stephen Hota that ran for about 250 yards combined. But basically, costly penalties for Harbor, 4 turnovers, and inconsistent tackling, I guess. At times, when they had everything going, they were able to kind of get in the backfield and make the tackle. Other times, and sometimes led to big plays, kids would stiff arm, get right out of it, and run down the field for 10, 20 yards. So Harbor just couldn't move the ball offensively for the most part. They ran the Wildcat a little bit with Garrett Fonseca, which looked pretty good. He had 85 yards total. But quarterback Miles Small is still developing. He had a couple of picks. But I mean, there's building pieces, I feel like. And
right down the road was the game of the week, right?
Right down the road on the other side of town, over in Carmel, was Soquel 48, Carmel 20. Fabiano Hale had a huge game. He actually got ejected from last year's game for unsportsmanlike penalty pretty early in the game, and Carmel won that one, something like 69-42 or something like that. He played the whole thing this time.
A great win for Soquel.
Huge.
And it wasn't just him. They ran for over more than 400 yards offense. He had like 184 team high rushing total or so. But that team is legit.
Yes.
I mean, Carmel's the defending finalist. Actually, they've been in the finals the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So they're a quality squad, and Soquel's obviously right there.
And I want to say I heard John Devine at the Monterey Herald say this was, I think, the first home loss for Carmel in about 4 years.
Good job.
So, big win for Soquel.
Yeah, obviously a team on a roll.
Yeah.
On Saturday evening, we had Cabrillo College losing in a thriller to Los Medanos College.
The Cardiac Kids for 2 weeks in a row now. They beat Hartnell last week in overtime.
Yes, rallying from 22 points down.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. They're really good. And they came out on fire in the second half with a big punt return, 80-yard punt return, and then they scored on the next drive to take their first lead in the third quarter. 5 lead changes throughout the second half, but Cabrillo fell. But the thing is, Cabrillo looked much better to start this year than they did to end last year. So that's a really good sign. Dylan Jackson almost, in this one game, he ran for 191 yards on 34 carries. He almost eclipsed his whole season total from last year when he had like 350 yards. He looked solid. The line looked great blocking for him. The line looked great blocking for Brent Moyer, the returning quarterback, who made 3 starts last year late. He looked good, splitting time with Riggs Powell. Moyer ran for a couple touchdowns, and some of his teammates, whoa, Brent can run! They were surprised. But the thing that offense, they do so many different things. They try and hurt you so many different ways. Their tight ends look great with Taylor Pisha and Super Mario Rodriguez.
Already better than last year, though.
Run defense. They were phenomenal on run defense tonight. They really were. I think Los Medanos had less than 100 yards as a team rushing. So they look good. They look improved. Defensive secondary needs a little work right now.
Yeah, I know they had a kind of a quarterback. I don't want to say a quarterback situation. They had 4 guys kind of vying for the spot. Moyer gets it. Obviously, he was there last year, so that was kind of, that's kind of who we picked that we would see behind there. But you mentioned Riggs Powell.
Riggs played. Didn't look sharp. He had a 12-yard gain early, but a pitch that was fumbled away behind the running back, both in motion, obviously, on an option play, and there's another turnover off a snap. But he wasn't sharp. But he is obviously, no doubt, as our player of the year for last year, a talent. And he'll come along. So I expect his playing time to increase and him to get better.
First game jitters.
Nice.
Okay. Well, that does it for this week, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think we got it through everything. We're going to be doing these twice a week. These are our wrap-ups from the previous week. We'll have another one where we'll preview all the games. So we'll check out for that later this week at SantaCruzSentinel.com. On behalf of Jim Seimas, I've never said that before, this is Andrew Matheson.
Stay tuned next week for double coverage.
We'll see you then. Thanks a lot.